A daily average of 6.6 million people used Seoul's subway system last year, with Jamsil Station on line 2 recording the highest passenger traffic for the third straight year among all subway stations.
지난해 서울 지하철의 1에서 8호선 이용객은 하루 평균 약 660만 명이었으며 역사별로는 3년 연속 2호선 잠실역의 승하차 인원이 가장 많은 것으로 나타났습니다. Right, let's talk about subway stations.
I remember when Jamsil first took over as the busiest subway station. I was kind of surprised because
What was it before?
I remember Hongdae Station always being up there, and I also remember Gangnam Station being up there. So when Jamsil kind of took over, I was just like, "Wow, really, Jamsil?"
But it's like a hub for so many
It is.
different
Absolutely.
things.
But I mean, with Gangnam Station, especially when the new Bundang line was completed, so then a lot of people from Bundang get connected to there, and then of course with Hongdae, the airport line connects to there as well for tourism. But Jamsil, third year in a row that they are the busiest subway station. One thing that I found interesting is that the biggest increase in terms of the subway stations was Seoul Station compared to a year before. And of course, the big reason for that is the new GTX Line A that goes all the way from Paju to Seoul Station in 20 minutes maybe, something
Exactly.
like that? So super quick. And it's proven to work. So like a lot of people are using it.
맞아요. 전반적으로 봤을 때도 이제 서울 지하철 1호선에서 8호선 이용객이 1년 전에 비해서 1.3% 늘었지만 이제 잠실역 같은 경우 가장 사람들이 많이 이용을 하고요. 거긴 잠실역은 뭐 여러 가지 상업시설, 문화시설 다 집중이 되어 있으니까 뭐 그러겠죠. 그 다음에 지금 얘기하신 것처럼 서울역 같은 경우에는 GTX A 노선이 개통한 이후로 환승 수요가 굉장히 많이 늘었기 때문에 전체 이용객도 역시 한 32%나 늘었다고 합니다. Right, let's have a look at the expressions. The first one is passenger traffic.
So passengers are people that ride something that's moving, like a vehicle of some sort. Maybe you're a passenger on a bus. You could be a passenger in a car. Traffic is just the movement, right? We talk about how is traffic today. We're usually talking about the movement of the roads, the cars on the roads, if it's slow or if it's fast.
Yeah.
So passenger traffic, in this particular case, we're talking about people that are riding things for movement. And in that case, usually public transportation of sorts. So whether it be the subways, the buses, or things like that.
네, 승객 수송량이나 이용량을 얘기하고 있어서 승하차 인원이라고 보면 될 것 같아요. Passenger traffic. Not passengers traffic, but passenger as an adjective. Now, what about among something?
So to be among something is you're in a group of other things that are perhaps similar to you, or you're doing the same thing as this other group. So within this, you're part of it.
Yeah. Among all subway stations 라고 해서 다른 subway station, 다른 지하철역들 중에서도 잠실역이 이용객이 가장 많았다. 그런 뜻이 될 것 같고요. You know that character, or is it a TV show? I don't know. There's this thing called Among Us.
Yes.
So I think it's a character that I assume is among us humans. I don't really know why it's called that.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's, it's sort of like an animation of sorts, or caricature.
그래요. 근데 그 단어만 놓고 보면은 우리 사이에 있다. 이런 뜻이죠. Okay. 자, 다시 읽어보겠습니다. A daily average of 6.6 million people used Seoul's subway system last year, with Jamsil Station on line 2 recording the highest passenger traffic for the third straight year among all subway stations. But once again, we are talking about stations, subway lines, 1 to 8 in this case. Let's move on to the next headline.
Chinese scientists have used AI to determine the chemical makeup of the moon's far side, one of the least understood regions of Earth's natural satellite.
중국 연구진이 인공지능 모델을 활용해 인류에게 지금까지 미지의 영역 중 하나였던 달 뒷면의 화학적 구성을 지도화했습니다. Alright, so Earth's natural satellite, the moon, is what we're talking about here.
Yes, satellite being something that goes around you. The moon does go around the Earth, and some people might not realize that the Earth goes around the sun, but the Earth also spins. So therefore, each side or face of the Earth at some point always faces the sun, whereas the moon does not spin.
Yes.
So, the same side that faces us always faces us, and the other side or the far side of the moon, we don't actually know what it looks like.
Exactly.
We can't see it. So the China's Chang'e 6 mission sent a rocket there to research the far side of the moon, to take a look at what we can't see. And they've brought back some minerals and some chemicals and stuff from there. And now, they're using AI to kind of figure out exactly what everything is.
Exactly. AI 모델을 활용해서 달 뒷면이 어떻게 생겼을지 이거를 이제 화학적 구성의 지도로 만든 거죠. 중국 연구진이 이렇게 했습니다. 고정밀 지도라고 해요. Let's have a look at some expressions here. The makeup of the far side of the moon.
The makeup here, they're talking about what it is made of. So what's in there, what comprises what you have. And in this particular case, it's literally talking about like what sort of chemicals and minerals are in the moon's crust, I guess, or what's actually there. We do use this for other things, and I don't mean just the things you put on your face for women. Women use makeup and stuff, but we also do talk about a person's makeup. Like what a person is like. What's that person's makeup? What's their character like? So if you say, they've got a good makeup, then they tend to do the right things at the right moments, or they're a moral person, as an example.
Yeah, it's like the composition of something, but then with a person, as you said, it's who they are.
Yeah.
What sort of facets do they have? 이 메이크업이라는 뜻이 지금 보고 있는 거는요. 구성이나 구성 요소라는 의미가 있습니다. 지금 선생님의 예문은 사람 같은 경우 이 사람이 어떤 사람이야 라고 할 때 What's the makeup of this person? 해서 이 사람은 뭐 부지런하고 그 다음에 성실하고 여러 가지 이런 얘기를 할 수도 있는 것도 the makeup of a person이고요. Or you could maybe talk about a committee at school. And you could say the makeup of this committee is the teachers, the parents, and students as well. 뭐 이럴 수도 있겠죠. 그러면 이제 구성 요소, 구성 멤버들이 누군지 얘기하는 그런 뜻이 되겠습니다. Makeup. 자, 그 다음에 the least understood.
So understood is like the past tense of understand. And if you understand something, then you get it. You know what is going on, or you know what makes this up, or you know what it's about. Now, if something is least understood, then that's, the extreme case of less. Right. So it means that you don't understand, or you don't know much about something. So when we talk, as mentioned, the far side of the moon, this is something that we can't see from Earth, so we don't understand what's actually there. It's the least understood part, the side that's facing us. Oh, well, okay, we understand. We can see it all the time, but this is the other side. So yeah, that is the least understood area.
The opposite is the most understood. Most, 반대말 least. 그래서 가장 덜 뭐뭐하다. The least understood는 가장 덜 알려진. The least expected. 이러면 가장 덜 기대가 되는 이런 식으로 얘기할 수 있겠죠. 자, 다시 읽어보겠습니다. Chinese scientists have used AI to determine the chemical makeup of the moon's far side, one of the least understood regions of Earth's natural satellite. Here's our final headline.
American long-distance runner Nathan Martin won the closest race in Los Angeles marathon history after closing a big gap to pip Kenya's Michael Kimani Kamau, who lost crucial seconds after briefly following a motorcade off course near the finish.
미국 장거리 달리기 선수 네이선 마틴이 로스앤젤레스 마라톤 대회 역사상 가장 박빙의 승부를 펼친 끝에 우승했습니다. 그는 선두를 달리던 케냐의 마이클 키마니 카마우 선수가 결승선 근처에서 유도 차량의 실수로 코스를 잠시 이탈하자 몇 초 동안 큰 격차를 좁힌 후 결국 그를 따라잡은 것으로 알려졌습니다. What happened, Jason?
Oh my goodness. So yeah, this was a really close race with Nathan Martin winning by 0.18 seconds. And
2 strides, I think, is what they
yeah,
said.
it's just like a boom, boom, right? Like that's literally how close the race was. But in the final 300 meters of the race, Kamau was running down the stretch when a woman waving a Kenya flag got in his way. So he had to avoid her. I mean, even that is a moment that he lost time in. And then he followed this motorcade in the wrong direction as that went off
So I
course
think the
as
motorcade
well.
was also distracted by the woman.
Exactly,
So I
yeah.
guess in that split second they thought, oh, we have to go right. But actually they had to go forward.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then fans there were basically yelling at him, no, you're going the wrong way. And then he realized that and then got back on course. But I think it's obvious to anyone that was watching it that clearly had he just gone straight from the beginning, the exact way that he is supposed to go, he probably would have won the race.
Because there was a bit of a distance between Kamau and
Nathan Martin, yeah.
initially. 선두를 달리던 케냐의 달리기 선수 카마우 선수랑 미국의 마틴 선수 간의 간격이 좀 있었습니다, 처음에는. 그리고 이제 남은 거리가 몇백 미터밖에 되지 않는 그 시점에 갑자기 어떤 팬이 이 카마우 선수 앞에서 깃발을 이렇게 날리면서 길을 좀 막았나 봐요.
Yeah.
그래가지고 우회하다가 그때 모터케이드도 다 그 순간에는 좀 혼란이 온 것 같습니다. 몇 초만이지만. 그래서 직진을 해야 되는데 유도 차량이 오른쪽으로 가니까 카마우 선수도 따라간 거죠. 그래서 한 400m 정도를 그렇게 가서 아주 귀중한 시간을 잃게 된 건데
And there was a price difference as well because he finished second place. So for finishing second, he received $10,000.
Okay.
But had he won the race, he would have received $25,000. So you could say that error cost him $15,000 as well.
That fan.
Yeah.
I bet she's regretting what she did.
So, and this was the LA marathon in Los Angeles. And just a week ago, there was a marathon in Atlanta. It didn't cost the person the race, but an American woman was also led the wrong way by officials in that race as well. So this isn't necessarily just an isolated incident. I guess these things do happen.
그래도 너무 아깝고 황당했을 것 같아요. 카마우 선수가 거의 한 2발자국, 1초 정도로 결국은 이제 2등으로 들어갔습니다. 그 정도 차이가 났던 건데, 마틴 선수, 미국 선수는 한참 좀 뒤지고 있는 2등이었다가 선두로 들어가서 1등을 했어요. Let's have a look at to pip. What does this mean?
Yeah, if you pip someone, then you are beating them or you are winning over them by a very small, narrow margin. So if Martin had won this race by 30 seconds, then you wouldn't say that he pipped
Martin, Nathan Martin.
Yeah, but because it was so close, less than a second, you could say that he pipped him. He narrowly won or narrowly defeated the other runner.
It's a very short word, but it has a long meaning. PIP, pip라는 게요. 간발의 차로 이기다 라는 뜻이에요. 그래서 원래는 카마우 선수가 훨씬 앞서고 있어서 그대로 우승을 했다면은 he would not have pipped Nathan Martin. He would have just won the race. 그냥 압도적인 우승이 됐을 텐데 네이선 마틴이 간발의 차, 1초 정도의 차이로라고 하신 것 같은데요. 그 차이로 카마우 선수보다 앞서가는 이런 이변이 발생해서 Nathan Martin pipped Kamau, sorry. 그래요. 자, 그 다음에는 motorcade.
A motorcade is a vehicle. It could be a car, it could be a van or a truck, and it's usually carrying something or someone important. Often when the Pope travels to a city, then we say that the Pope was in a motorcade.
Yeah.
They're usually visible so that everybody can see this person. It's not going to be inside a limousine, right? It's going to be in a car that's open in some way, shape, or form so that the person inside is visible. Usually with these marathons, the reason they have a motorcade is it's a car that goes in front in order to film the runners that are following the motorcade. So in that motorcade, it's not really an important person. What it would be is a camera crew so that they're filming the marathon from the front so you can see the marathon runner, running from the front angle.
And because a marathon is such a long distance, you need a car to do that. Whereas a sprint, you actually have cameramen who run with the actual athletes.
Yeah,
so sometimes,
or nowadays it's all on robotics
Oh,
on
right.
a rail.
Drone.
They have a rail that is just
Ah.
it's moving at a particular speed.
Yeah. I'm thinking of way back in many, many years ago then. Yeah. 그래요. 그러니까 그 달리기 선수들을 촬영하기 위한 목적도 있고 뭐 이렇게 유도하기 위한 목적도 있고 그러는데 이 차량 행렬을 motorcade라고 합니다. 다시 읽어볼게요. American long-distance runner Nathan Martin won the closest race in LA Marathon history after closing a big gap to pip Kenya's Michael Kimani Kamau, who lost crucial seconds after briefly following a motorcade off course near the finish. Well, that's it for the headlines this morning.